Masters of the Universe live-action flick we were all hoping for won't be hitting Netflix anytime soon. Yep, they decided to pull the plug on it, despite dropping a cool $30 million on the project. Can you believe it? We were even jazzed about Kyle Allen snagging the role of He-Man, or as some folks know him, Prince Adam. Nostalgia's a powerful thing, but apparently not powerful enough. No clue why Netflix gave it the boot, but it's just the latest stumble in the ongoing quest to bring this epic tale to the big screen. But fear not, fellow fans, this movie will eventually happen. Mark my words. For those not in the loop, Masters of the Universe is all about the beefed-up He-Man and his ongoing tiff with the baddie Skeletor on the magical planet Eternia. Even if you're not a die-hard fan, you've probably stumbled upon a Skeletor meme or two on social media. The 80s animated series is a gem for many, and folks were stoked about finally seeing these characters in live action. Netflix did bless us with an animated sequel series, Masters of the Universe Revelation, in 2021 though, so there's that to soften the blow. Netflix pulled the plug on the Masters of the Universe flick, but fear not, Mattel is on the prowl for a new home for the live-action goodness. Rumor has it, Amazon MGM Studios is eyeing it up with serious interest, according to the grapevine at Variety. Oh, and get this, there's talk of a potential new director, Travis Knight, and a fresh writer, Chris Butler, in the mix as spilled by Deadline. Sounds promising, right? Well, don't hold your breath just yet. Nothing's set in stone, and it might be a hot minute before we get any official good news, if we get any at all. Fingers crossed that He-Man gets his shot at the limelight with his sword-wielding antics in a live-action gig someday. That's the dream, folks. Well, since Netflix did a no-show, Kyle Allen might not be strapping on the He-Man boots anymore. So who's in the running? Some folks are tossing around Chris Hemsworth's name. Picture this. He-Man's vibe is basically Thor with a sword instead of a hammer. This might just be wishful thinking. Why? Because, sorry to break it to you, but Chris Hemsworth is a big-shot Marvel star. It's highly unlikely he'd dive into another gig where he's basically the same all-powerful, long-haired blonde hero. So, cross that one off the list. Hemsworth as He-Man? Not happening. He's got the whole Thor thing going on, but then who? Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy could totally rock the He-Man look. I mean, he could bulk up just as much as Hemsworth did for Thor. Talk about an excellent choice. Now, let's talk about Alexander Skarsgård, the True Blood and Generation Kill dude. Fun fact, he was almost Thor before Chris Hemsworth swooped in. Tall, blonde, and with the chops to bulk up easily, this guy could nail it. Seriously, he's an amazing actor. On another note, Noah Centineo's name is floating around in talks with directors and producers. And you know what? I think he could be a solid pick for He-Man, especially the Adam part. Picture this, Adam as a skinny, nerdy dude. But here's the twist. For He-Man, they could snag a legit bodybuilder and use CGI to slap Noah's head on it, just like the MCU did for Captain America. It's a game changer. Oh, and back in 2013, there was buzz about Channing Tatum snagging the role. It was a go until G.I. Joe 2 director John Chu backed out, so that pick's still up in the air. I can kinda see it, but I'm not 100% sold, you know? Okay, so I've got this idea about Skeletor. Picture Channing Tatum in the role. I know, it might sound a bit out there, but think about it. Channing Tatum as the over-muscled, blue-skinned, skull-faced sorcerer Skeletor could be a total blast. I mean, we've seen him flex his commanding physique and sharp comedy chops in The Lost City, so why not bring that vibe into a more humorous take on Masters of the Universe? Sure, some past versions of Skeletor were all dark and menacing, especially in that 1987 live-action film, but let's face it, with He-Man and the Masters of the Universe becoming meme legends, a more lighthearted approach could be the way to go for today's audience. Imagine the laughs and the muscles. It could be a win, but what about the other characters? Let's look into that too. For the role of Man-at-Arms, I've got a solid pick, Wendell Pierce. You know him from his iconic roles like Detective Moreland on The Wire and Robert Zane on the Netflix hit Suits. Man-at-Arms is usually the brains behind Castle Grayskull's weaponry and vehicles, and he's also a senior military advisor and mentor to Prince Adam/He-Man. It's a role that needs someone with the gravitas of a father figure, the serious demeanor of a military man, and the sharpness of an inventor. Wendell Pierce brings all that and more to the table. With his experience in portraying authoritative, warlike, and astute characters, he'd be the perfect grounding influence in the high fantasy silliness of He-Man's world. Here's a no-brainer for you. Why not bring back Dolph Lundgren to the He-Man universe as King Randor, the warrior monarch? I mean, it just makes sense. Who better to play the father of Prince Adam than the guy who rocked the role of Adam back in the 1987 film? Dolph Lundgren has kept himself in the Hollywood spotlight, and if you've seen him in action-packed franchises like The Expendables, you know he's still ready for some serious battle scenes. For the role of Queen Marlena, I've got a stellar suggestion: Julia Roberts. Randor's wife and Adam's mother are played by an actor with the charisma and star power to carry a regal bearing. Queen Marlena needs someone whose presence adds an inherent legitimacy to the beloved franchise. However, Marlena, being a human fighter pilot who crash-landed on Eternia, should have a more recognizable and grounded quality compared to Randor. Enter Julia Roberts. Not only does she have the screen presence to effortlessly embody a queen, but it's her inherent authenticity that would bring the humanity the role requires. Roberts would undoubtedly add a touch of grace and relatability to Queen Marlena, making her a perfect fit for the Masters of the Universe. For Teela, the headstrong captain of the Royal Guard and the adopted daughter of Man-at-Arms, picture Saoirse Ronan in the role. She's got that powerful resemblance to the original 1980s cartoon version of Teela from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Ronan has shown her versatility with grounded, dramatic roles in films like Little Women and Brooklyn, but she's also nailed the more campy and comedic side in movies like See How They Run and The Grand Budapest Hotel. Now let's talk about Orko, the chaotic sorcerer. Charlie Day is the man for the job. You know him from his manic scientist role in the Pacific Rim films, right? Well, that's the kind of energy Day can bring to a blockbuster franchise. Since Orko has this inhuman look, the part will likely need a talented voice, and Day has already proven his mettle with the Lego Movie and the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Imagine the chaos he could unleash as the unpredictable magical ally of He-Man. Next up is Haley Steinfeld as She-Ra. Haley's proven her action chops in Bumblebee and the Hawkeye series, making her an ideal fit for Adora's transformation into She-Ra. With her rising star power, she could bring a fresh take to the character, introducing She-Ra before spinning her off into her own film. Coming up is Evil Lynn, and Lucy Liu is perfect for that role. Her villainous prowess, showcased in Kill Bill and Shazam! Fury of the Gods, makes her an excellent choice for Skeletor's formidable sorceress. Liu's ability to deliver a campy, stylized performance in action blockbusters adds an extra layer of excitement to the Master of the Universe reboot. Moving forward, Terry Crews seems tailor-made for the role of Skeletor's muscle-bound henchman. His dynamic comic style, seen in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, combined with the menacing presence he showcased in The Expendables, would strike the perfect balance for Beastman's comical yet threatening demeanor. Next is John Mulaney, the perfect choice for the mechanically extendable necked ally Mechanic. With Mulaney's talent for delivering absurd, seemingly useless characters, as seen with Spider-Ham in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, he could bring Mechanic to life with earnestness and humor. Well, that's it for today. For now, make sure that you like our video. Please share your views in the comment section with us. Subscribe to the channel to get updated, and do not forget to hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Thanks for watching the video. See you at the next one.